So now we can check if a listing has been favorited, but we have nothing in our array that allows us to add a favorite. So let's go ahead and do that. And in order to do that, we're going to use our favorite communication method, signals. Let's open the listing detail page and let's look at our right bar item. Remember, we created a button that is the heart that's shown and the heart that's full when something is a favorite. And we already implemented an onClicked listener. So when we tap this, it's going to look for logic.toggleFavorite. And it's going to pass over the model that this currently holds. So let's go to logic.qml and notice that we have a signal toggle favorite here, which sends over our listing data. Now, where is the listener for this? Well, let's go ahead and create that. So let's go over to our data model because that's the most obvious place to put it. And we're going to have a method here called onToggleFavorite, and we're going to put this under our connections. So let's scroll up. We have an ID called logic connection already attached to this. So inside of here, we're going to have onToggleFavorite. Now mind the spelling of favorite. I'm only saying that because I got myself real good by confusing it when I was planning this course. And so what's going to happen when this fires? Well, first we want to turn that data that was passed over into a string. So var listing data string is equal to JSON dot stringify our listing data. Then we need to find the index of this, right? And the reason we're going to try and find the index of this in our existing favorites is because we want to check if it's there or not already. So var index, and we did this in the last one, is private member dot favorite listings values dot index of the listing data string. Okay, now we're going to check that index. So if the index is less than 0, i.e. it doesn't already exist, then we're going to add it. So let's just send a message to ourselves using the debug. Let's just say listing added, so we know it's happened. And then let's go ahead and add that to our favorite listings values. And the way you add things to an array is push. And we add that listing data string. So now it's in. Okay, but what if it does exist? Well, let's have an else. Else, let's send ourselves a message, console.debug, and say listing removed. And then let's go ahead and remove it because it already exists. Someone who's pressed the button again wants to get rid of that favorite. So underscore dot favorite listings values dot push, no, not push, dot splice. Splice to remove part of an array. Now what are we going to remove and where? Well, where is easy. Index, because we've already found that index. And 1. So we're going to remove this. Okay, so that should all work. So I'm just going to save that. Let's go ahead and head over to our live server. Let's search for something. Click something. Oh, I'm in Liverpool now. So when I hit favorite, type error, toggle favorite is not a function. Let's see what I've done here. Toggle favorite of logic. Let's go to our logic. Remember I said spellings matter? Well, there's a perfect case. So let's save that and run that in our live server. Let's go back to London. Let's open up something and hit favorite. Listing added. And if we click it again, listing removed. So there's also something missing here, this little heart button. is not changing from empty to full. So let's just go and check that out. Listing detail page. So here we have is favorite. And it should be toggling between all of these. So let's go check is favorite in our model. So here we have is favorite. This is a strange one. Is favorite. Let's go back. Right, so I've just opened up my template project that I had working before. I'm going to click London, and you'll notice it works in this project. It's very strange. So this is another feature of the IDE. You can have two projects open at the same time, obviously not in the same directory. So if we look at the model, the data model in this working project, you can tell it's the working one because it's bold. I've got, what do I have? There's a bit more, there's a bit extra in here, primarily because this is from the end of the module, but none of this is required. All that we're interested in is our is favorite, and that's exactly the same as we had before. So if I open up my data model from my other project, got to be careful not to get confused. Then this one is favorite. It's exactly the same as far as I can see, unless you can see different, dear student, but I can't see any different. So that should be working. The other thing to look at, let's close these so we're not confused, is our page, detail page, and page, detail page. So this one is from our project that we're trying to fix. We have logic.toggleFavoriteModel. And in fact, I can just go to the other one. And I don't think anything's changed. So this one is the one that I know works. And if I paste it just right in here, nothing's changed. Go ahead and save that. Right, so I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I have cleaned the project. So if I just close this, I'll show you how to do that. You can right click and you can click clean, like so. And then you can right click and you can rebuild it. And just give that a second to run. You'll notice in the bottom right corner there's a little build icon. Let's now turn to green. So let's go ahead and hit live player and see if this works. If it doesn't work, I'm not going to stick on this point because it was working before. And I think it might just be a problem with my system that I don't want to subject you guys to. No, so that's not working. But when you go out and you click it again, it does actually work. So I've clicked it. It should be off. Yeah. So it is checking it. It's just not updating inside of this is favorite. There's some disconnection here somewhere where it's not going and getting this. So, I mean, if I figure this out by the end of this module, I'll tell you. If not, I assume that yours is working fine. Either way, have a look at the original source code and you'll be able to figure out if I've done something wrong that I just can't see, I'm blind at the moment, or if everything is correct and it's just my system. Okay, so we've done that. We've actually added some stuff to it. So let's go back to our, where was it? Data model is favorite. Oh, I know what it is. That was a lot of faff about nothing, wasn't it? You know what we have to do? We have to actually tell the system that our listings have changed. So, favorite listings values changed. That's it. We need to send a signal out saying, hey, these have changed. Now I'm going to save that. And we should be good to go. I can't believe it was that simple. I forgot a line of code. So now I'll click something. There we go. I was assuming it would update the property automatically, but I was wrong. Okay, well, that's a good 2 minutes of our lives wasted checking that out. Anyway, on to the next section.